Hello and welcome to the final part of the Omega Deltascape raid for Final Fantasy XIV. This is the boss guide for the Omega version 4 normal mode difficulty. This is ExDeath. ExDeath is a 3-phase fight consisting of some interesting abilities, some deadly and just some very irritating. So let's get right into it, shall we? Phase 1. The boss should face away from a raid at all times because of his cleave abilities, but literally can be tanked anywhere in the room with no real problems. There is a tank swap every time a tank gets 2 stacks of Thunder debuff on them, so make sure you're both looking out for those stacks if you are tanking. There are 3 spells the boss will rotate through. These can all come out of a single attack on a target, as well as an AoE variant that could affect your entire group. These are Blizzard 3, in which players will need to just keep moving to avoid freezing solid and being incapacitated for a few seconds. Fire 3, where players should stop moving immediately, otherwise they will get a nasty burn debuff on them. And Thunder 3, where everyone should run away from melee range of a boss. In addition to these 3 spells, Doom will be cast on 2 people at once throughout this phase. This will need to be assumed or removed by your healers as soon as it's up, making sure that you have that ability. At the beginning of the second phase of the fight, the boss will just disappear, signalling the entry to phase 2. A bomb will be thrown into the center of a room, and you simply need to run to the sides like any other proximity explosion in the game to avoid the damage. After the explosion, however, a face will appear in the center of the room. This face will cast a conal AoE in front of it, which you will want to avoid, as this can kill you fairly easily. When the face finally disappears, the short-lived second phase ends, and the final phase will begin. Phase 3 has many abilities from the first phase, only this time he has a few new tricks in his bag. Flare is an ability cast on 3 players at random. This is signified by arrows above their heads. These players will need to spread out to the sides of a room away from other players, as a few seconds later 3 explosions happen at their current locations. This stacks in damage for more people that are nearby, so don't stack it. A meteor will be dropped occasionally, which does large-scale AoE damage to the entire group. This is unavoidable, happens often, and will need to be AoE healed through, or you can use some cooldowns to lessen the damage. There's a signifier of the meteor falling way before it actually erupts, so you have plenty of time. His third new ability is Black Hole. This will place black orbs all over the platform. You want to avoid touching these completely if you can, and it can be easily done by moving out of them and then continuing your DPS. Additionally, we have the face back again from the phase 2 transition. This will be in a center, and it will spawn after a explosion, a proximity explosion, that you can avoid by going to this safe area. There's only one of the segments that's safe. What you want to do is go to this segment, wait for the explosion marker to disappear, then press sprint and start running immediately to be able to get behind the face that will be automatically looking in your direction. Failure to do so gives you a nasty debuff that incapacitates you and could potentially kill you in this phase as well. His final ability, Vacuum Wave, is a large-scale knockback the boss does after he begins casting it. It's really easy for a tank to be knocked off here if they're near the edge of a platform. Everyone should move in and be either immediate melee range in the middle of a platform, or where there is enough room behind your character to be knocked as to not fall off the platform. The center of the platform is ideal for this phase, and there's no real reason to keep the boss on the edge of the platform anyway at this point. Just keep him faced away from the raid. Either way, if you followed this, it should be a fairly easy kill. If you found this bite-sized guide to ExDeath helpful, then please leave me a like below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.